I made the Tom Cruise cake because it sounded so delicious and it tastes so delicious. It's a white chocolate coconut bun cake and it tastes very similar to Raffaello chocolate. The cake is known as the Tom Cruise cake because every year around Christmas he gives the cake to his celebrity friends. The cake is from Dewan's Bakery in California and it costs around $130. Obviously it didn't cost me anywhere near that amount to make the cake. I found a copycat recipe for this cake on allrecipes.com and I slightly adapted it. If you don't have a bundt tin, you can use a normal cake tin to make this, but if you do have one, grease it with butter and cover it in flour. In a bowl, sift plain flour, then add baking powder and salt, set it aside. Mix room temperature butter and sugar for 5 minutes until it's light and pale. Add 6 eggs one at a time whilst mixing in between, then add vanilla extract and sour cream. Fold in the flour, add shredded or desiccated coconuts and fold that in. You can use white chocolate chips or cut up bars of white chocolate. Before you add the chocolate, I recommend that you coat them in flour to prevent it from sinking to the bottom. Add the chocolate in and mix well. Pour it into the bundt tin. I added a layer of chocolate chips in the middle. Bake it in a preheated oven for 1 hour and 25 minutes at 175 degrees Celsius or 350 degrees Fahrenheit. It can take longer to bake depending on your oven. Just stick a toothpick in, and if it's wet then it needs more time in the oven. Once it's out of the oven, leave it in the bundt tin for 20 minutes, then flip it over and remove the tin. Let it cool down for roughly 2 or 3 hours, and in the meantime you can make the frosting. If you can't buy pre-made sweetened coconut flakes, then you can make them at home, or you can just cover the cake in unsweetened coconut flakes. To make it, add sugar and water to desiccated coconuts. Cook it in the pan on a low heat, keep stirring until the water dries out and transfer it to a plate and let it cool down. To make the frosting, beat room temperature butter for 5 minutes until it's pale, then add cream cheese and beat it for a couple minutes. Sift in your icing sugar. I don't like adding a lot of icing sugar to cream cheese, so just adjust the sweetness to your liking. Mix that in for 2 minutes and add vanilla extract and salt. Cover the cake in the cream cheese frosting, then cover it in the shredded coconuts, and that's it. It's easy peasy lemon squeezy.